Hello, Hova236 here, and I promised in the last video I would talk about the Iron Mind 60 challenge, so I'm going to go in a little bit more detail on what I exactly had to do and how I'm feeling after the fact. So like what I said in the last video, I started getting into personal development. I guess my mentor being Rob Dial, that's who I'm following most closely in. While following him, I am seeing a whole lot of other people in personal development, starting to get some of their books, get their insights, and all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna focus more on him because he's what I know the most of and the most about. And it's only been about 4 months, I would say. Mostly the beginning of this year has been more after it because I kind of know what I'm doing for the most part. I am so far from where I want to be, but I have at least somewhat of an idea of what I should be doing. I'm not doing the best job so far, but I'm working on it. Like I said in the last video, it was December when I found out about everything. I found out about the whole Iron Mind 60 challenge through some of his podcasts, and then I went in later and learned about the Iron Mind 60 challenge from him. One of the things that drew me to it, that I'm just like, okay, I need to do this, was a video that he posted. The thing that hit me the absolute most was when he said people who feel like they have so much potential inside of them, but they just need to release it and they need to figure out a way to get it out. This will be for you. And from there, I was like, okay, this is something that I need for myself. A lot of people, well, some people judged me for this, but I ended up paying $150 to get me and my girlfriend in it. At the end, I feel like it was completely worth it. I will explain why. So the basis of the challenge was reliant on 6 pillars that we had to do each and every single day. And I'll go into detail about each one of them and why we did it, and so on and so forth. So work out every single day, and no alcohol, journaling, visualizing, diet of your choice, and then cold showers every day. Now, doesn't that sound just fantastic, people? No, it does not. You are lying if you think it is. So a lot of it had to do, I would say, with physical health. I would say that I'm in pretty good physical shape. I'm not avid at the gym. I am not one of those guys. Sometimes I would like to be, but not like super bulked up, creatine runs in my veins type of person. And nothing against that. That's not my life. You do you. That's not for me. So working out every day, a lot of it had to do with just being consistent. The thing about it was pushing yourself every single day. The minimum was 30 minutes, but it had to be high intensity if you were doing 30 minutes. Otherwise, about 45 minutes to an hour would be average, I guess. Kayla and myself, we had a workout plan that she kind of worked out. We had done it originally, I want to say like 3 months prior. We made it through a week and then we just kind of gave up, died off, wasn't really interested in it anymore. So we ended up putting that into effect for the first month. What it looked like, I'm gonna look at a picture because I kind of forgot what we did. Okay, for day 1, I'll just say a few of the days. So day 1, we had to do a 20-second plank, 10-second side plank, 10 push-ups, 50 squats, 20 crunches, 10-second wall sit, and 15 lunges, which honestly isn't too bad. If you're in decent shape, it's not all that difficult. That was during first day. The second week, and we did have off days. We did have somewhat of a break for this. So the 9th, so the very next week, 8 days later, 1 minute 20-second plank, 1 minute 10-second side plank, 40 push-ups, 100 squats, 55 crunches, 90-second wall sit, and 40 lunges. For me, I did lunges as 40 on one leg, 40 on the other, which isn't technically what you're supposed to do, and I regretted it way later doing this, and it sucked. So now I'm gonna go to the very last day, what we had to do. The very last day, January 31st, this was my schedule. Kayla's was a little bit different. She had a couple exercises that I didn't, and I had like one different that she didn't have. So mine was 3-minute 40-second plank, 3-minute 40-second side plank, 105 push-ups, 260 squats, 140 crunches, 310-second wall sit, and 110 lunges. That last week was painful. But the good thing about that was I wasn't really sore. It was just a long time that it took me. I broke it up into like 4 or 5 sets each towards the end, just because I can't do that long of a plank or a wall sit for that matter. It ended up taking me about 2.5 hours towards like the last week to get my daily workout done. So I was happy to be done with it just because it took so much time to do it. So after that, we did in-home workouts, started subscribing to some of the ones that we usually did. Examples: Heather Robertson, Anabolic Alien, Emmy Wong, Chloe Ting. There were a couple others, but I can't remember. Bully Juice, and a few other ones. That got to be a lot. I didn't really lose any weight. I kind of stayed stagnant, but I gained a lot of muscle definition. Kayla lost, I think she ended up losing about 30 pounds, which is amazing, and I'm super proud of her for it. No alcohol, which I don't drink that much, maybe once or twice a month, so that one wasn't a struggle for me. Since I couldn't have it, I wanted it more, but I was able to control it pretty well. Magnus, oh my goodness, this is Magnus. He's my cat and he's very annoying. I love you, buddy, but man, you just gotta stop being so annoying. Okay, so no alcohol wasn't that big of a deal. I'll talk about diet. So we did a modified version of the keto diet. So we cut a lot of carbs. I want to say average carbs. At the most, maybe had 100 some days, but less than that. I cut my sweets down a lot, which killed me because I always snacked at work. No pasta. We made homemade pizza one time, some bread, as long as we loaded it with like meat, peanut butter, depending on what we were having. But yeah, that was a big struggle. That was probably one of the biggest struggles that I had, was diet. I think I did pretty good. I know I could have done better with a lot of this challenge, but now I know where like the line is anyway. Last 3, journaling isn't like the Dear Diary, this person made me upset at work today, and I'm very upset, yada, yada, yada. Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers. I still can't believe that, but, you know, it was more like, hey, this person made me upset. Why did they make you upset? Well, this is why. Why that answer? Why that answer? And it just keep asking yourself who, what, when, where, why, and how. Just asking those questions, and you start to figure out a lot of why you think how you think, which was a great tool for me. I figured out like, oh, this is why I'm getting offended by this. This is why this upsets me. I got to know myself a lot more, which was an amazing feeling. Visualizing just goals happening. So I started visualizing about YouTube, getting back into YouTube, doing well in music. Started out with music a lot, and then it dove into more YouTube. And then I started visualizing my setup, how I wanted my setup to look. All of this stuff, what I have for my setup now is very, very close to what I visualize, which is insane. Like, I visualized it, and then I made it happen. I still need to get into visualizing more, because that just opens your eyes, and it's like, when you start to see things happening that you're visualizing, like, hey, I want to get this done, it's like, oh my goodness. The last one that everyone said that they hated when I brought it up was cold showers. I gotta fix my freaking mic. I blame Magnus. Cold showers weren't as bad as I thought they would be. Honestly, the main thing, well, there were two things about cold showers. One, it was to help you get ready for things that you don't want to do. Like if you have an idea at work and you're afraid of embarrassing yourself, so to speak, you just count down 3, 2, 1, go, and then you do it. No questions asked, you go out and you do it. That's what I started doing right away. And then I just got used to it after a while. By day 7, we had to start it out cold. It was like, I could see my breath about a month in. That's how cold I had it. And that was about a week or 2 into February. My fingers would turn white. That's how cold it was. Another thing that it taught was how to surrender. Things are going bad in your life, which, as you saw in my first video that I uploaded, things weren't good and I didn't know how to handle it. So surrendering to what's going on around you, and then it just makes things so much easier. So those were the 6 pillars that we did. How I'm feeling now, the last couple weeks, I was really pushing myself hard. I felt great. I felt on top of the world. Now, after the challenge, lately I haven't been feeling good mentally, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Beginning of this week, I wasn't happy. I was playing video games with my friends. I got my PC set up. I got all my software set up. I wasn't happy. I was not happy. And I think a big reason was because I knew that I had to record like this video and the Draw My Life video. And I just wasn't doing it. It was in the back of my mind and I just was not doing it. I wanted to play games with friends and relax. I just started realizing this. It's like, man, like I really just beat myself up over wanting to play games. I guess I'm trying to balance rest and work and just being myself and going easy on myself, because I always was like, this is a big reason why I stopped doing YouTube. Like I wasn't making videos and then I would just pound it into myself like, man, you are not doing good. You need to do this. You need to do that. I was not going easy on myself. I was bullying myself, and I bullied myself out of YouTube pretty much. So now I want to take what I've learned from this challenge. There are a lot of lessons that I've learned, and I could talk about some of them in future videos, go over them. I still struggle with them. I'm very new to personal development. Rob Dial has worked on himself for 14 years so far, and he's far from where he wants to be. I just gotta be patient with myself, which I have fallen off the rails of being patient. So I have to just make sure that I'm being patient with myself and just focus on consistency. That's really all I got. I kind of went on a little rant towards the end, which is okay. I just wanted to let you guys know how I'm doing after the challenge. Right now, I feel like I'm getting back on track. I'm starting to get into personal development a little bit more, and I continue on buying books and just learning about it and learning about all this software that I now have for video editing, recording, and just how to be a great YouTuber and be very successful. I'll give you bits and pieces of what I'm learning here and there if you want. Otherwise, hey, that's fine. But I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you guys like this video. Comment down below if you have any questions. Please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.